Hi, within this lecture, we're going to change the image inside of our image view. In order to do that, I'm going to write image view, and I'm referring to this image view, and I will say dot set image resource. So this is what we are looking for. So this is a method that looks for a parameter inside of this drawable, and it changes the content of the image view accordingly. So for example, I can just write art.drawable.metallica2. So Metallica is in my current image view right now, and I will change it to Metallica2. Okay? So that's what this code does. And last but not least, we have written change image over here, and also in the change button we have to declare the same thing on the onClick property of this button as well. So I'm going to write change image in the exact way that I have written over here with a uppercase I, for example. So after that, you can write view with a capital V, and if it asks for an import, you can just hit Alt Enter and then say view. So this is for letting Android Studio know that this method is going to be called by pressing a view, a button in our case. If you do not understand what's going on, if you're just writing, but if you cannot understand the logic behind it, just don't worry, because we're not learning how to code here. We're gonna do that in the next lecture, okay? So let me run this. In the next section where we deep dive into Java, we're just getting familiarized with Android Studio at this section, okay? Now, if I hit this change button, here we go, my image has been changed due to the codes that I have written under my change image method. So that's it. We have defined the image view and we managed to change a property of that image view with code. All we had to do is just define the image view with the ID that we have specified in the activity main XML file, and then we use that image view to change the image source. So we haven't written anything under onCreate because we didn't want anything to happen when this activity is created, but rather we want something to happen under this change image method. So if you do double slashes over here, you can take note, and as you can see, if I write something gibberish over here, it won't work because the Android Studio will give me some error. So if you want to take some notes, you can use this double slash notation, okay? So maybe you can think something like that, why am I making the second word uppercase, like at the beginning of the second word like this? Change image with an uppercase I, image view with an uppercase V. So let me tell you, there is something called snake case annotation or notation. So this is kind of a syntax, this is kind of a set rule that some programmers follow. Okay, and there is also something called camel case, and it's written like that. So in snake case we have some underscores between words, and over here we have uppercases between words so that we can actually read it better. So we already have something called Pascal case as well. So it starts with a uppercase P, but most of the time in Android development we use camel case, and in classes you can see Pascal case in use like main activity, and we're gonna see what the class is and why do we use Pascal case in that case later on in the following section. But know that it really doesn't matter if we use snake case or camel case or something like that, but most of the developers in Android development generally follow camel case. So we're going to follow that convention as well, so that when you go to the Stack Overflow or any other developer website, look for Android Studio codes, then that you won't get surprised, okay? You will be familiarized with that kind of convention. So we're gonna stick to the camel case, And again, it really doesn't matter for Android Studio which one we use. So there are a lot of things that we should cover, like this Gradle main activity or other manifest files and stuff. We're gonna go over later on in the following section, where we will deep dive into Java, and then we will learn about the Android development a little bit, and then we will move on. Okay, so we're gonna stop here and see you in the next section.